Okay, so I got the 49ers mock draft. So we've only got eight more because this is the West, and there's four on the NFC and four in the AFC. So yeah, I'm gonna look at the free agents, and then we're gonna get into the draft. We all know they traded up to three, big trade, gave up two future first round picks and some other picks to get. I would assume. No, I'm not gonna spoil it. I'd say when I get on quarterback. Okay, so the first massive signing, Trent Williams, 6 year, 138 million. Holy Jesus, it was a massive contract. 6 years is quite a lot. He's going to be 39 by the end of it. I don't know if he'll be able to last to then, but if he will, I mean, it's 23 million a year. He is kind of injury prone at points. He does usually miss some time. He was all right last year, but that is just a massive contract. I know he is an amazing left tackle, but yeah, geez, they do lock him up. And then they lost Kendrick Bourne, who I did like. He was kind of an emerging receiver for them, but they do have a lot of other receivers, and he got a pretty nice contract at New England. And then they also signed another veteran O lineman who will also be 39 by the end of the contract, Alex Mack, a pretty good center from Atlanta, probably a bit overrated. I mean, when he plays the Saints, David Onyemata just destroys him because David Onyemata is a beast, but then everybody thinks he's just the best. And then they got him for 3 years, but that does help their O line. Their interior O line wasn't the best, so that does help. They could still use a guard. And also Samson Ebukam, 2 years, 12 million. He's a pretty alright player. I feel like he kind of just because of that scheme made him better, but yeah, he could be good, but he also could be bad. You never know. Lost Kerry Hyder, he was pretty good last year for them. But yeah, CJ Beathard, just a backup quarterback. Also, Kella Witherspoon, he was a pretty good corner. Actually, he was injured a lot of last season. So then he was a free agent. They just couldn't bring him back. So he went on to Seattle for a pretty cheap contract. But they did re sign DJ Jones, who was also a pretty good player for them last year for all the injuries. You could just kind of see these other players that were kind of just sitting behind good players. And then, yeah, he's pretty good. Solomon Thomas, yeah, he kind of didn't live up to that pick that they drafted him at. So, yeah. Juan Williams, they brought him back. He's a really good, well, I'm not going to say really good because he's an alright, decent player in the slot. But slot cornerback, they do need corner. And if he can stay healthy, then that's probably good for them. Also, ringside Jaquiski Tart. They're kind of just trying to get their team back from when they won the Super Bowl because they did have a lot of injuries. So yeah, Kevin Coleman, but they'll probably just pick somebody similar to replace him. Nathan Gary, they got him for 990,000. Good special team player, can also come in if injuries happen. Jordan Willis, re-signed. Mohamed Sanu, I didn't know they signed him actually. No, they didn't, did they? Well, he was on the 49ers, and he got cut by them. Signed with Detroit, was pretty good in Detroit. And then I didn't actually know that happened. Zach Keir, though, he's got cut by the Panthers, so they just pick him up. They probably need depth in case the same stuff that happens last year. Then Richard Sherman, he looks like he's leaving San Francisco, still on side. Marquise Goodwin, I swear he got traded to them and then like cut, or like something weird. Something weird happened. So there's a bunch of other people. Ziggy Ansah, he's just been injured a lot. Jarek McKinnon, he was actually pretty good, but he was injured the last 2 seasons, like the full season. But he was good last year. We all knew he was good. When he was in Minnesota, he was a pretty good running back. So yeah, Jordan Reed was also pretty good for them last year when he was healthy. Again, just a bunch of injury prone players they have in their team, so it's not great. Jason Verrett, I think they got him back. I don't know why it's not showing. I swear they did. But he had a really good season last year. You know, he always had that potential, but he's just always injured. And he was actually healthy last year and kind of really showed that he's still a good player. Yeah, Nick Mullins could bring him back as a backup. A bunch of other randomos. Emmanuel Moser, I thought they also re-signed him. I don't know if this is just like not like up to date, but I'm pretty sure they re-signed Emmanuel Mosley back on a reasonable contract. So let's get into the draft. Of course, number 3, they got Mac Jones up to the 3rd quarterback. But I don't know. I don't think I like Mac Jones as the 3rd quarterback. And I'm just gonna go for Trey Lance. I think he can start straight away in that system, but they sounds like they want to bring back. Well, they don't want to bring back. He already is on the team, but they want to keep Jimmy Garoppolo. And if you do draft Trey Lance, then it's probably a good idea for him to sit. But he is quite a quarterback friendly system in San Francisco, so it wouldn't be that bad if he starts straight away. Could have some struggling performances, but that's gonna happen with a player like that who's so raw. So yeah, 2nd pick coming up. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Barmore would be nice at this point. I think that's just a bit unrealistic-ish. Ooh. Any decent corners? Ooh, I already got it then. Asante Samuel. I think he can play outside and a slot. I think he has that versatility, and I really like him as a bit of a steal in the draft. Of course, just a really good player at Florida State, so I would like that for them. So yeah, get yourself Asante Samuel. If injuries go down at corner position, really hard position to get good players at. So you can get a good player straight away with Asante Samuel who can start in Richard Sherman's spot. Okay. Oof. Good H2O. I cannot lie. I think even going receiver wouldn't be that bad of a pick. Finally see a pick. I'm saying finally, but it's the 3rd round and they did trade up in the 1st. So I don't know if they did lose any picks in this draft. They might have lost a couple. That was a pick here. Oh, this. Of course, this thing's not in the right way. I'm so sorry. Okay. Ooh. Oh. I don't know what you guys looking at, but I just seen somebody that I'm looking at. And that's the big boy, Ben Cleveland. 6'6", 354 pounds. All straight muscle. He would be great in their scheme. He's athletic. He's strong. He can play guard straight away for you. And then that O-line's kind of nasty now because you got Alex Mack. You got Ben Cleveland who's starting a guard position beside him. I don't know who's the other guard because I don't really know their O-line that well. I'm not a fan of the 49ers, man. I'm a Saints fan, so it's kind of get out of my life. So yeah. There's it's freaking difficult, man. I could go for a running back. Trey Sermon's kind of popping out because he's just a really good running back. I mean, I feel like they could go for edge even more in this draft. I do like running back, to be honest. Just who? I think I want to go for Kylin Hill. I just think that'd be such a good fit in this offense. He's a physical runner, but also has speed at times. Pretty shifty, not that shifty, but I mean, he'll break tackles just with his strength that he has in his lower body. He'll just bounce off tackles and can catch the ball, which is also very good. So yeah, Ramondre Stevenson. Nobody wants to take a running back. Somebody take him. The Jags. Okay, now we got another pick coming up. It could go for a receiver. If there's anybody I like. Daz Newsome, actually. But I took him in the last mock draft, so I don't really want to repeat stuff. But I actually will go for Jalen Darden. I finally get to pick him in a mock draft. Jalen Darden is such a good speed threat. Imagine how nice that would be in this offense. Their receiver group would just be kind of lethal now. Like Jalen Darden, Brandon Ayuk, Debo Samuel. Oh my god. That'd be nasty. So you just got pure deep threat. Like, frick, dude. They could go even more secondary. Like, they do need some secondary people if people get injured. But I think they could go D-line also. Again, if you see more people get injured like last year, I'm going to check. Joshua Ross is actually pretty interesting. Yeah, I kind of changed my opinion actually. I think I'm just going to go for linebacker because besides Fred Warner, they don't really have a true second corner. I mean, second linebacker. Who is it? Drake Greenlaw is pretty good, but you need more than two linebackers. So I think he could be a good special teamer. I could come in on like some packages. I think edge probably. Yeah, I'll just go for Chauncey Golston. He's a really good run defender. And he can also, I mean, he doesn't rush the passer at that good of a rate, but you could just get another edge player because, again, people getting injured. You never know. But if people don't, you could still use them rotationally. San Francisco 49ers. Bro, I just like Josh Mortabe in every single scheme. Imagine him in the 49ers also. But 6 rounds is like, oh my god. Tariq Thompson's nice. He wasn't amazing, but Christian Uphoff actually I prefer more than Tariq Thompson. What was he? Christian Uphoff. Yeah, I like Christian Upson more than all the way down here. And safety, like, is probably the weakest. Well, no, probably not the weakest part of the set. The corner is still probably a bit weaker if people get injured. But their safeties are kind of just average. Like, Jaquiski Tartt's just average. That's why they've re-signed him 1 year. So you could improve. So I think you could do that in the draft. How much picks do we have? Do we have 1 more or 2 more? I didn't know the 49ers had so much picks. Frick. Man, what about the kickers, punters on this draft, man? Oh, pick a punter or a kicker for them. Come on. Come on. I might just go for another receiver. Ooh, Tamorrion Terry. Frick, man. He was really... Well, I mean, if you just look at his stats last year, he was not good, but that scheme was just really bad last season for them, and he was battling an injury. But before that season, he was such a good player, and he definitely has that like ability to be a really good sleeper in the draft. He's kind of like a DK Metcalf, just poor man, but could be that kind of player. Yep, Trey Lance, first pick. Your future quarterback can sit for a year, but can come in and still be productive. You could replace Jimmy Garoppolo and be better immediately. Asante Samuel, you just get another like good corner. Richie Sherman probably leaving, so he can replace him and be a pretty locked down corner, I think. And then you get Ben Cleveland. You improve that interior offensive line by getting a true guard. You can also slide in a center out, but you don't need center unless people get injured. But he's just an absolute monster. And then you get Kylan Hill. You just get another running back. They lost Tevin Coleman. They might lose Jerick McKinnon. And Kylan Hill's like just a pretty good running back and battle tackles, pretty shifty. Why keep calling him shifty? He's not even shifty, that's the thing. And then Jalen Darden, you get a deep threat, which I think they'd really like. They do have some deep threats, but like this is just a pure deep threat. Joshua Ross, depth linebacker, can come in onto certain plays, be a good special teamer. Chauncey Golston, another depth player. You know, people get injured, he can jump in. And then Christian Uphoff, I think he could be your eventual starter, and he's a pretty good safety, actually, so that's a pretty big steal. And then you get Tamorrion Terry, who I actually pretty like, can progress into something, actually, so I like that. And that's the 49ers, Jeff. Hope you enjoyed, and bye.